Good evening, everybody. Here is it's Matrix here, and here's the list of stocks that I'll be watching and trading for tomorrow. Okay, taking a look at the SPY right now. These levels were marked off from last night, and I said we might be holding. This is a very key support area. So if it's unable to break down, and basically that's what happened. It bounced right off this area and ran back up right to the resistance. Tomorrow, what we're watching for is whether a gap up or a gap down. The fear and greed index, it's fairly neutral, but we did close pretty weak overall. Can't really decide right now. It's still choppy in the sideways range. We did close right underneath the 9 EMA. So if we do get a gap up, then it's going to be a big day. If a gap up happens, then I'm going to look for a gap fill at the open, hold and test this prior resistance area at 297.5 and then run back up, and we'll see where that takes us. However, if we open flat or a gap down tomorrow, I'm going to look for it to fail right away out of the gates and retest this support area. So that's two plans for the overall market. With that said, let's get into the watch list. Okay, so WORK work. I've been playing this for a few days ago. I played this, and this was a pretty awesome ticker to trade. Overall, I mean, we see that work has reversed a little bit. Now we are coming right back into a key resistance area. So let's load up some drawings here real quick. I traded this a few days ago last week, and I shorted it for all of this. So basically, right now we closed pretty strong. However, we are underneath the key resistance of 24. And coming over here, let's take a look here on the 30-minute chart. So we'll have to see what it does tomorrow, right? It could definitely go both ways looking on the daily chart right here, but we have very heavy resistance coming up here at this 2440 to 2450 area. So looking for it to pop and drop, I guess. We'll see what it does when it comes here. And if it gets stuffed and reject it, I'm going to go ahead and take it short right back down, bring it back down to 23. You got like $1 there. The reason why this ticker is in play is because we got a higher relative volume at 1.80, and the average true range is $1.71. Overall, the stock, they hammered it down ever since they had like the earnings, I believe. Right, ever since they had bad earnings, but 24 is looking pretty neat. So I'll be watching at 24 for it to fail and then short it right back down. So that's work. Another main watch for me is Apple. Just load up some drawings right here. Apple is definitely in play because we have a fresh piece of catalyst. So today, JP Morgan came out with an analyst rating of overweight and adjusted their target price higher into the 260s range. Now, Apple, we are looking at the stock going to test the 52-week highs here, very near. But something that came up to my observation is that the volume in itself today is pretty suspect. We only have a relative volume of 0.97, so just regular volume. So if this piece of catalyst was that great, I'm wondering why it didn't shoot up farther. And it's probably because the SPY in itself, we are holding into a resistance area on the SPY. So if the SPY gaps up tomorrow, Apple's going to run, and definitely going to try to test this high here. So you see I have this 224.80 marked off, this orange line. The way Apple closed, it's looking like it's going to gap up tomorrow. And perhaps if this gaps up, it might bring the SPY to gap up or vice versa. So we'll have to see and watch in the morning. Some key resistance I want to mark off and note. The key resistance is the 52 week. So this year, 52 week highs at 226.40, and it's basically this candle right here. Okay, the 226 is also a key area, basically because of why did I mark off the 226? Sorry. Opening price. Actually, I don't know why I marked off the 226. I really don't know. Let's take off the 226 for now. Okay, so I'm looking for a gap up at the open, and if we gap up, I'm gonna look for a gap fill down and retest this 224.80, and then run up to 226.41. Okay, we have key resistance. Key support. This here, the 223.75, is basically this prior resistance right here on the daily chart. Okay, so we are on a breakout right now, and I do expect a continuation day. If it opens flat, then expect a pull in, and we have like a support zone from 23.5 to 23.75. Okay, so the stock needs to hold the support zone to continue running. It came down as low as the next support, 222.85, which is right here. So it might leak through and come down over here first. And then we have 222.50 afterwards. So if this support doesn't hold, this has to hold. We'll see what happens in the open. I am expecting a gap up though, because it closed so strong. So gap up, pull in. If it doesn't hold here, I'll be looking for the hold here. Okay. If it comes down to 222.85, I'm going to be a little iffy on that. Like I said, this thing is a little suspect because of the volume that it has done today on this piece of news. This is a tier 1 analyst upgrade, so it's supposed to be fantastic news, right? Some could say, though, I mean, this little move could be priced in, so we'll see. Definitely have short potential around the 226.41 though, or if it cannot get above this 225 area, then definitely has short potential. So look for it to play both ways. Definitely a main watch in my opinion. Okay, MU. MU is a nice watch because we have prior earnings reaction, which was terrible. Today, it's just chopped sideways. So looking for it to either fail or gap, Looking for it to either fail or gap. And we'll see what happens tomorrow. This 43, very important. If it can gap up and hold above 43, it's definitely a long. I think definitely a long that I'll be looking at here. So this 43 is very key. So I'll be looking for a long if it gaps up and hold 43. Otherwise, I still like it short, and this could potentially have another leg down. Today is kind of just like a consolidation day. As you can see, it just went sideways. So that's MU, and that's the three main tickers I'll be watching. Looking over here on everything else, for example, like Facebook, we have an inside day, AMD, we have an inside day on daily chart, NVDA, inside day. So nothing really in particular. Roku is just on a steady downtrend, but today it bounced off at a higher level. So it's like forming a little uptrend here on the daily chart. So we're getting into a tight range again. So watch out for that. Otherwise, just put these on the side watch. The main watches is Work, Apple, and MU, in my opinion. These are good plays. They have higher relative volume, or they have a nice piece of catalyst accompanying their move. So they should be trading better. Keep an eye out on the SPY as well. I'm hoping for a gap up would be easy, because a gap up on the SPY would lead would get Apple to run, and would coincide with the thesis and the catalyst as well. So I am looking for a gap up on the SPY. However, if the SPY gaps down or opens flat, then I don't know. I don't know if I want to play Apple, and because it's going to create a lot of divergence. With that said, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you for watching my uh, watch lists for tonight, and let me know in the comments below what you think about my analysis here. And have a great evening. Ciao.